Tevan here at Tevans Haven. Welcome to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to talk about my tips and things to consider when choosing your graduation thesis topic and your senior project. So how did I actually choose my senior project? And so obviously, the first and foremost, it has to be in line with your profession to the degree that you're actually studying for. Be sure to check with your university or your project senior thesis advising professor what are the requirements, how many hours of research you actually are required to put in, what are the research materials requirements, what components are essential for your thesis topic or research project, when it is like time for decision, when the thesis has to be submitted, and how the delivery needs to be. Do you have to make a presentation or not? All of this, you need to be aware of it first and foremost. When it comes to down to your personal preferences, I think it really needs to be aligned with your interests, because you're going to spend a lot of time and effort in this project. So like minimum 130 hours was the requirement for me when I was doing my senior project, and I wanted to choose something that it was really interesting to me, because I was going to have to spend like minimum 2 hours a day just on that certain topic. So when you're choosing that topic, you have to consider, is there enough information available? Like, how much research are there? Are there books publishing statistical data or internal company information available, news and publications, and what languages the search is available? When I was doing my senior project in Mongolia, they were buzzing about how they found the world's largest copper deposit in Mongolia. So I was looking into the news, how the mining industry can affect Mongolia's development in the future, and what other countries mining history was like. So I chose my topic on mining and development in Mongolia and in that topic. So obviously when I was doing my research, I did it on a global scale. How is the mining industry? What are the prominent companies? The introduction, the current international status, and statistical data. So depending on your profession, like for example, like if you were studying for international business or international relations, let's say you were going to choose, you were an international business student and you wanted to do like import-export kind of thing, then obviously you need a specific sector, and then have the introduction of it, have a global outlook of that current projects of your chosen industry or sector. And Mongolia is rich in minerals and also livestock, so cashmere and wool is another second largest economic contributor. So I was advising one of my students on choosing her business topic. Was she wanted to do something to do with international sales. So I was advising, since Mongolia is rich in wool and cashmere products, why don't you do a research on the global scale and be aware of the other countries that export their cashmere and wool products. What are the competitors aside from Mongolia? And in Mongolia, on a national scale, I'm sorry, I misspelled scale over here, but it needs to be in E, but disregard that. So what is the, to her, I was suggesting, what is the history of Mongolian wool and cashmere industry? What is the current status? Which are the current, the large companies that are producing and exporting wool and cashmere? Can you get, statistical data, and what is the future outlook and trend? And these were the things that I was suggesting for her to think about it. So when choosing a thesis paper, obviously, first I just mentioned, is there enough information available, and is there enough statistical data available, and what are the requirements for the citations? Like on credible resources such as the National Statistical Agency, you need to get the correct information, but on other sites or when you're doing an online research, you want to make sure that these are credible information that you're going to reference in your paper and research. Also, like when you're doing citations, when it's online, when it was published, where it was published, and save the link on a piece of documents for your later references. Not all of my research citations were actually included in my research project final output. When you're writing your thesis paper, I think it's a really good idea to note your initial impression before the research. What were your thoughts? What were your mindset like? But then as you get many information, maybe your points of view will be affirmed, or maybe it'll be you might have changed your mindset on that topic. So I think it's also important to get as many information as possible from different sites, opposing news, or even from all side of the angle on that topic, so that you can get a better feel, and you are also able to develop your critical thinking abilities as well. So when I was writing my paper, I was making an appointment with myself to do it every single day or every week, because it's going to be a big project, and you really need to start and do it little by little, and not overload yourself by combining a large chunk of work to do. Because when you procrastinate and overload yourself with near the finish line, you're going to kind of jeopardize your thesis project, and then your 4 years worth of work is on the line. So if you want some tips on how to actually make an appointment with yourself, and how to how to manage your time, I've made videos this past week. I will link them down below, so be sure to check them out. Fourth, I think it's also a good idea to get an appropriate advice from the field specialists and experts that are already in this industry, or get their opinion and of that nature, so that your thesis paper will be of good quality. So I do my videos in English here in Tevans Haven. I did the video in Mongolian also on my Mongolian channel, Tevans Haven. So I hope you found this tips helpful, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to comment what other videos that you would like to see in the future. Comment down below, and I read every single comment. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope you have an awesome day and create your haven. Bye! You're here because you want to stay motivated, so be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified for my next video. Thank you!